Alright, I just figured out what's going on. I fixed my evap lines for the vapor return so I get better fuel economy the other day, and I caught up underneath there because I thought somebody, I thought I heard my truck uh, rattling around outside, and the other day, a couple days ago. And then I seen that Jamie guy that was down at Butch's, which is Laura's new boyfriend or whatever the hell it is, that she told me I had to go when he come up. And then I seen him this morning, and he was looking at me real funny and and telling his buddy that, because they ride motorcycles or whatever, and pointing at me. Didn't realize I was actually watching him. Well, I'm up here trying to fix the brakes again, because where's it? Where's the brake master? There we go. And there it is. All right. Up underneath this was a brand new one. That's so easy. But they cut a hole right there. Just drilled a hole with their knife. Right there, and I've kind of melted it together best I can. It's still leaking, so I took some duct tape and a zip tie, put it over it to make it leak less. But I just put that on, and the only place we stopped was over there at Butch's, and Laura was outside while Butch was distracting me, talking to me. And when I drove home to Laura's, I was losing my brakes again, and I just put them on. And when I got to her house, I raised the hood, and somebody had carved it with a pocket knife, just drilled a hole in it. So it was leaking. It's been leaking brake fluid this whole time. And Laura was the only one out there, well, besides Jeremiah's, which is where I'm at right now, trying to fix my brakes. He wanted me to watch the house because his son William is a thief, and that's the same one that was out there with Laura. And William said that Laura was talking dirty to him and stuff like that, and whatnot. And they're all on the same team. And Laura will sleep with anybody just to get what she wants. And that's a fact. That ain't just talking bad about her. I mean, that's what she does. And she uses it as a tool. And that's how she gets a lot of her sales. She'll sell something, but she goes down there and rents a hotel room or stays at their place and sleeps with them. She's a prostitute. She made pretty good money real quick because she'll sleep with anything and everything. She needs to check his mail. Yeah, he's good. But anyways, same thing with this evap. I just fixed it and said something to her about it being fixed. And well, we'll slide up underneath there and show you what I found. Because I was fixing to start fixing the exhaust pipes that Laura cut off Cadillac converters on this thing to get money because she didn't have none. But I didn't stop her either, so that's didn't realize what she was doing. She was just using me and tearing up my stuff just to get whatever she wanted, and me feeling sorry for her. And I need money for my baby, and need to get her baby back and all this other. She's had the money 2 or 3 times over and hadn't paid nothing. And then I even just yesterday was kind of breaking down, feeling sorry for her, and I was going to try to help her make the money to pay an attorney. And she was on her way after I got off of work and all this other stuff. And I told her, all right, well, I'm going to buy a house. Bring a 2-liter Mountain Dew. And she didn't say nothing. She never said nothing the whole time. Pull in down there, and that Michael Stillman guy, the one that set her up with the, or supposedly set her up, they were both in it together. What it really was, she's trying to play the innocent victim, and she's one of the key players, main players, and I'm just a sucker. Stupid for keeping on, going back to this girl, knowing, and man, it's just, she's always trying to get me put in jail, something, and they want me to tell me, I need to let this go about this oak soil stuff. That I had everything I had robbed from me, my whole life ripped out from under me through multiple criminal activities that included the police allowing it to happen. So what am I to do? All right, so I lose everything I got. My home, my business, all my tools, all my vehicles. Got this on video. Caught the police doing it. Caught Laura and Chad and all these people doing this shit. But are they paying for their crimes? No, they're not. They'll say, well, you ain't doing nothing about it. Yes, I have. I've tried many times. And they want to say, I've got anger issues and I'm crazy or whatever, that I won't let this go. No, I'm not crazy. This shit happened. I got videos of it. They just don't want to be exposed for what they've done. And they're using their power and connections to make sure they try their best to sweep this under the rug without raising too many red flags enough to get somebody to actually believe me. And I've got tons of videos on this stuff. This shit really happened. It wasn't no joke. And I wasn't crazy. It's not no conspiracy theory. It's what they damn done. And they use their little thugs to do it, the ones that work for them, so they don't get in trouble. But they still got caught. And even used my own wife. They put me in jail for a burglary charge because I found out where she was. This girl was, and I didn't even know what gaslighting was at the time. That they would, they know your triggers, and they'll push your buttons just to get you a response out of you. And they use that to make a profile and gather evidence to create a profile on you to fit their agenda of what they're saying. That I'm violent, I'm this and that. Well, it means you stealing and doing all this stuff to people, well, you're going to get mad. You're going to lose your temper. Anybody would. But instead of fixing the problem at the source, well, I'm the guy that needs to get myself corrected. I'm the no good bad guy. Really? Because I'm calling you out for it, catching you for it, and getting mad about it and saying y'all some sorry ass people. They use the most shadiest ways. And they knew that I had plenty of evidence to destroy them in court, that they would be going to prison. Bunch of them. So much so, and they knew it, that they had to use that girl Laura Matkin, and Michael Stillman, and Tony Collins, and a few others, Dibbs, whatever his name is, his little nickname, and this new guy, Jason Matthews, and whatever his other new guy's name is over there now. But anyways, using them to sabotage my vehicles and do whatever they can to me while pretending to be my friend. That by deception. And now that I'm getting to where I know them all, it's making it harder for them to do it. So they're resorting to Laura playing on my emotions like she did yesterday, day before yesterday. She invited me, she wanted to come see me. Okay, I really didn't want to, but I did. I did want to see her too. I still love her, even though I'm saying all this stuff. But she come down there and we, started a fire and cooked some chicken wings. It was really good. Had a good time. She's sweet as she can be, up real close to me. I'm gonna be your wife. I love you, and all this other stuff. And tomorrow, well, I'm gonna come stay tonight, and we're gonna spend the night together. All right. Well, I got off work. Well, that ain't the way it happened. She's telling me I love you. I'm on my way. Blah blah blah. And it's taking her so long, and I kept saying, well, "What's taking you so long? I thought you was just right down the road." Well, it turns out, next thing you know, she's cussing me out because she misinterpreted what I said when I fell and cut my arm right there. And I was stupid and said something about, I don't know, just, kill myself, leave a damn note here, and freaking send it to the news agencies to let them know why I'm dead. Because, hell, I had everything stolen from me, and hell, this guy committed suicide. I was just going on about it because I was watching it bleeding and stuff, and I was like, man, it ain't too bad, but it's bad enough to bleed pretty good. And but I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have. But that's what I was feeling like, man. I mean, you have all that done to you, and you see our government and police doing this, and with the criminals. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's going to get anybody down in the dumps. I mean, because it's like, who do I go to for help? Well, God, that's who. Because, man, he's the only one that's had my back. Give you a baby. Anyways, let me get back to bleeding these brakes, man. They messed my brakes up again, but I took that canister and swapped it out for another one. That way it don't have a leak in it. But if you look at it, this is the other thing that they'll do. All right, and you got to look for it because this was brand new too. Look at that. Will not hold pressure. That's why I got that piece of plastic in there. But with that like that, well, a few times of that, and you'll be off in the ditch somewhere. And like Billy's, Oaks's, his was like that too when I first got up there. And they had the little rubber O-ring just completely pulled out. And just tampering with his vehicle. And needless to say that right there at the end of the contract for the store and everything, well, they quickly grabbed Billy Oaks up, man, and put him in a home, and then he died shortly after. This dude was in perfect health. A little old, but he was, the only thing that was wrong with him is they were tampering with his edibles. And you can watch one of those on my video YouTube channel with the strange peppermints. There's a couple of them on there. That you look at them peppermints, man, they melting across there like acid, and peppermints don't do that. I'm a state certified CNA for Alabama. I spent 10 years in the military. Man, I know what I see. But there's a whole gang of them, a little criminal syndicate around here. And some of these people I went to school with, like this Laura girl, man, I never thought she'd do this. And I keep making up excuses and trying to think that she's innocent because I love her and love is blind. But man, it is just, no, she's an outright criminal and a con artist, and she's real good at it. Good enough to get me to drop my guard enough to let her in, and they use a fake warrant to arrest her to prevent me from getting to court. Because if I got to court with all my evidence, well, they would go to jail. Well, they can't have that. So they detained me and made sure that I didn't make it to court. And the fact that I looked behind the cop when they was, arresting her for her pinching her mama back in January, and this is June, and there ain't been no warrant the whole time, but all of a sudden there's a warrant that's issued and served immediately for this notorious America's Most Wanted mama pincher. Yeah, you gotta get her off the street. She's dangerous. I'm glad y'all here. And I look around behind him, and oh yeah, I got 4 flats too. And I thought Chad had done that, because he's normally the one that gets blamed for everything. And I don't know. I mean, He may do some stuff sometimes when he gets mad at you, but other than that, he's pretty good. He's told less than anybody, and he told me more truth than anybody. Well, come to find out, I was thinking it was him that done the flats. But it turned out it was Laura Mackin. But the only thing in her defense is her mother, she's got a lot of pull, and they're in this, they got a lot of money. And they're in a group quit. And they got a group of people, and they're all pushed up in the justice system inside the courthouse and in the police system, and they do what they're told. So they took Laura Mackin's daughter, all right? Son. Well, they took her daughter first, and that was before I ever come around, or before me and her got together, and then they took her son. Well, that made Laura just about do anything. And they said, basically, I looked at police, and that's what, you know what I think? Well, y'all told her to throw me under the bus, or y'all going to throw her under the bus. Because y'all planted that car on her. Or that Michael Stillman did. Right? And, they planted it on there, on her. She was up there at the store with me working. This guy just drops this car off in her yard. The next thing you know, police are pulling up. And, a few days later, a week later, whatever, and arresting her for stolen vehicle. But they used the picture she took and posted up on Facebook to sell it. To say that it was stolen. And they used her own pictures. And, and then they wanted to paint it out like she's dangerous and I'm dangerous. And me and her can't be together. That she needs to do as she's told. And, Brian, her son's biological father, he's certified insane in the state of Alabama. I mean, he's literally crazy. He's talking to people and stuff like that, just out in the open, just, uncontrollable. But he tried to kill his son, her son, with a knife about 2 or 3 times. All right. And Laura and I were together, and her mother didn't want that because she knows that I'm going to tell Laura the truth and expose them for all their crap. So she can't have that. Well, they take this Mike Lipscomb guy, Brian's dad, that they've abandoned and hadn't talked to or had anything to do with for years. They all of a sudden move him in right up there next to Brian's. In the same house. Okay, so that's kind of crazy. I've never done nothing to Brian, and neither has Laura. But we're dangerous, right? And they're uncomfortable with, giving him a hug or either one of us talking to him. That we're so dangerous, but they've moved this clinically insane and twice tried to kill the boy with a knife into the home. And then that Mike Lipscomb starts sending me a bunch of these crazy texts about, what's going on, this biblical crazy talk. A lot of people around here talk like that, even I do. Because I read the Bible and whatnot. So anyways, but this was some creepy stuff. Basically, it said, you do what you're told or else I have to do what I have to do. Basically, they put a knife to Brian's throat. And telling Laura, you either do as you're told or, look what we can do since we won the case and they were lying and all this other stuff and paid people off. And, the system's rigged, set up for failure in the first place. So once that happened, they had the audacity to do this because at this point, they've got complete control and Laura is completely defenseless. So like a good mother, even though I'm saying, she done all this bad stuff, it don't mean that girl, Laura, is bad. Because she loves her son. And you know what? If somebody's got a knife to your son's throat, are you not going to do what you're told to save your son? Because my mother died at 4 years old. And when I was 4 years old, or actually 2 years old, almost 3. because some people wanted to rape her, and they used me, threatening to kill me, so she would cooperate. And holding a knife on me, of all things. Ain't that crazy? And, well, so I know exactly what that's like. And my mother let them do it, and she saved my life. So I admire Laura. And no, although I may be saying stuff that she's done that is bad, that doesn't mean I'm saying that she's a bad person. She's a very wonderful person, but she is doing a lot of criminal activity that are making her do, and then using that same criminal activity against her to force her to do what you told, or we're going to put you under the jail, and ain't nobody going to come looking for you because you ain't nothing but a thief and a liar. And you got a criminal record a mile long. So this is how they work around here in Morgan County, Alabama. They're a disgrace to the uniform. They're a disgrace to that badge. They're a disgrace to the oath that they swore in. I'm a 10-year military veteran. Man, I wore a uniform too, man, but it meant more to me than that. These people are absolutely insane. It's a damn cult. A freaking, and that, I mean, they do some crazy, nasty, perverted stuff. And man, somebody needs to do something, man. I know I may sound like a crazy person right here, but man, this kind of crap right here makes somebody just come unglued. You in here molesting kids and all this and stuff, and you doing it in a church and using the police to protect you. And I'm sitting here thinking the world of my government, and we're the good guys. And man, we treat terrorists better than they do in here. This is just modern day slavery, is all it is. Morgan County, and our last two sheriffs, Bartlett and Anna Franklin, both of them, drug dealing and putting people in jail if you don't work for them. And they were stealing money, both of them, from the Prisoner's Food Fund, that from a 1939 law that allowed the sheriff to get the leftover funds from the Prisoner's Food Fund. Back in 1939, you didn't pay $1 an hour or whatever. It wasn't much. But in today's standards, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars every year that the sheriff gets to pocket. So, if nobody knows about it, well, yeah, that's best kept secret, so we can keep getting it. Which I don't really care, but when you're using it for some terrible stuff and starving these people, feed them hot dogs 3 times a day, man, our prison system is jacked up so much, it doesn't do nothing except provide them a reason to keep getting paid and sit on their ass. I'm serious. Sorry for my language in this video, but, them prisoners going in there, and I'm not against the law, and I'm not against, laws and enforcing them. But when you're doing prison for profit, and, all these people are is a paycheck to you, you ain't doing nothing to help them recover or rehabilitate or teach them to fish. Basically, they need to be going to school and being taught, forced to go to school, and when they get done with this trade, where they can go out and make money for themselves instead of stealing and doing all this other crazy stuff, then let them go. And that way, you done something good. You help these people, but they don't care about helping nobody. You're just a number. You are just a number. Next. And there's a $sign on every single one of them. And the root of all evil is the love of money. When you pick money over a human life, well, that's when you commit your sin. Right there. Now, money, in general, is inherently nothing but paper. It is a record of your time and your work. That's fine. But when you, pick that money over somebody's life, and I don't care who it is. Every life is precious. Way more precious than that piece of paper and ink. And I'm just real sick of looking at my country and watching people, my family, my friends, people I grew up with, and myself standing here as a witness for what they've done, knowing that this is truly going on. And, what is anybody going to do about it? Well, everybody's scared. Well, nobody wants to go up against the government or the police. It ain't going up against them. It's just correcting them, holding them accountable for what they do so it don't happen. And if nobody does that, well, then you get what you got today. Y'all need to put God back into the schools. And I don't care what God you put back in there. He goes by many names. But love one another as I've loved you. Because the United States is going to hell in a handbasket. And I hate to say that. But I love my country.